Hey, what's up, everybody? So I've been kind of contemplating coming on here just to discuss this, and I guess I finally decided to do it because here I am. So I've been noticing, at least this year, 2022. So, we've been dealing with this planned demic crap for, 2.5 years, give or take, and here's what I've been noticing this year in conversations that I have with people. Now, I don't know what conversations you have and don't have with people, but I know when I was trying to find a place to live, one of the questions I would ask is, whether the person had been, swabbed and or jabbed. And that's also a question that I ask people if I'm going to start trying to get them on the track of vetting towards working with them in terms of spiritual work and so forth. And the third reason why I ask people that question is I have some people that this is a new development. Recently, I've got both men and women emailing me and basically saying, April, I'm stuck. I don't seem to hear God's voice anymore. And so my first question is, well, did you get swabbed or jabbed? And so anyway, this happened just the other day. I was chatting with one of the staff members here at the front desk. Her and I are kind of friendly, and it kind of came up in conversation, and the same thing happened that I keep observing keeps happening with people is they will literally, they will lie about it. They will talk out of both sides of their mouth. They will lie and say that, oh, no, I didn't take it. I wasn't swabbed. I wasn't jabbed. I'm trying not to use particular words, but they'll say that they did not have the you-know-what up their nose or you-know-what in their arm. And then, in the same breath, they will turn around and say, oh, but yeah, I did. And I'm like, okay, and I've learned to just kind of hesitate because I'm eager to tell people, hey, that's the mark, go read Revelation if you're not familiar, and have this whole discussion about, what's in it and what it does to the body and and whatever, right? And it's so interesting to see where people are at because people are at different levels of awareness, or they're aware of certain things but not other things and whatever. I had a conversation with a lady a couple weeks ago about it over at Cracker Barrel, and she would get all enthusiastic in the conversation talking about how it changes your DNA and whatever. But when I brought up, the most important aspect of spirituality, I'm not really big on reading the Bible, blah, 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 blah. Just very interesting. But it didn't happen with her. She didn't take it or anything. But I've just been noticing this with people, whether it's been a face-to-face conversation I've had with people or via email. What was it, back in January? At the end of January, I was emailing with someone, and I'm trying to filter out the people I don't want to be bothering with, and I specifically asked, have you been swabbed or jabbed? Oh, no, I would never, blah, 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 blah. And then, they sit there and waste my time emailing back and forth, text messaging. Then we get on a phone call. And then, of course, in the verbal conversation, oh, yeah. And I'm like, you told me you didn't. You wasted my time. And now you tell me that you did. So I'm just noticing this. And I wanted to, warn you and give you a heads up about this if you're not aware of this phenomenon. And kind of give you some guidance of just be as wise as serpents and gentle as doves, right? Like, just watch people and listen to the subtleties and just listen to exactly what they say, because I am noticing this. But we are going to have to be more and more clever, because those of us who are staying true to the Lord, people at some point are going to start turning on us. I mean, that was beginning to happen back in 2020. I saw headlines about people ratting people out and whatever. But it's going to become a very, very serious thing for us at some point. So you're going to have to be very careful of what you say to who, how you say it, I mean, there's wisdom in that in general in life, but I mean, like, it's really going to come down to, like, vital importance. And so I just wanted to warn you, make you aware. I'm interested if other people have been observing this. But yeah, just, we have to find clever ways to ask people without telling them where we stand on the topic. You got to be very careful with how you're phrasing your communication, and even your facial expression and all that, and just see what they say. And don't take their first answer. Let them talk, right? Jesus told us, out of the abundance of the heart speaks the mouth, overflows the mouth. Someone's truth, it will bubble out of their mouth at some point. So get them talking and just listen, just hesitate and wait and listen. Because at first they'll be like, oh, no, I didn't take it. I would never. Oh yeah, but then if you don't say anything and say that you're against it, if you don't say that you're against it or whatever, then in the conversation, they'll come out and admit, oh yeah, I took the swab, or yeah, I ended up taking the jab. Like this lady I was talking to just a few days ago, she started off saying that she didn't take it, she's against it, blah, blah, blah. And then she comes out and says, oh, but I know that I had the C, and then they swabbed me and it came up, positive, but then later they swabbed me and it came up negative. And while I was in the hospital, they gave me some kind of shot and I don't know what it was, and and I'm like, oh my goodness, so just wait. Let them talk, let them tell you, okay? Because we do need to be separated from them, and we need to know who is going to be a potential enemy, because at some point I do believe that there's many facets and aspects to it, but I do believe that these people at some point are going to be, I don't know what to call it, possessed, brainwashed, controlled, remote controlled. People have had dreams about it, I do believe it's going to be connected to the 5 you-know-what G, and so on and so forth. And so we need to know, okay, who has taken it. So, I don't know, I just felt led to just punctuate this. So I'm curious if, what experiences you've had, what observations you've been making. But I also just wanted to make you aware and just kind of warn you and give you some guidance of just be careful with what you say to who, and pay attention to what other people say, and give them time to let their truth bubble up out of their heart, out their mouth, because it's going to matter. It's going to have an effect. All right, I bless you all in the name of Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth.